Snyder. If I don't know you personally, oh, thank you. There's my nod. There it was. um, for those of you that might not know me, oh, okay, my dog's coming up. Okay, because he smells peanut butter. Stop, please. I'm Katlyn Snyder. I'm a triple diamond within the company. I've been with it for 5 years. I just celebrated my 5-year anniversary. And it's completely changed everything for us. So if you're here and you're new and you're like, what did I just join? You are in the right place at the right time, sister friend. And we're super, super pumped that you're here. So we're going to go over, we're like on a steady pace of like goal setting, being super detailed about our goals, knowing what that takes. You know, we're super realistic. We're all women. Most of us are women, not all women. I'm sorry. Most of us are women. And with that, you carry a lot of different roles. Maybe you're a mom, maybe you're a fur mama, maybe you carry another full-time position, a wife, a significant other, a girlfriend. And those are a lot of plates that we have in the air spinning at a lot of different times. And so we understand that. I want you to know that you are understood here. Yes, if somebody can, oh, thank you. That is Success Squad. I was going to say, if somebody can just kind of hang out in the chat, make sure our new girls can connect to audio, because that's kind of tough whenever you first jump on. I want you to know that you're understood here. I want you to know that, you know, you may be on your day 5, you know, your page 5, and you jump on and you see people that are in their chapter 12. I don't want you to compare yourself to us. I don't want you to compare yourself to anybody. I don't want you to put yourself on a timeline or a track that you have to get here at this point because so-and-so did. You are in this business for yourself. You are in this business for yourself, but you are never in this business by yourself. And I'm super proud of you for jumping on these meetings, because these are the kind of things that make a difference. This is something that's definitely coachable and that anybody can do, but you need to show up and you need to put the time and the effort in to learn what you need to do. And y'all are doing that by showing up here. First step. So that's great. Okay. So I want to talk about what our goal is. So like when you come in and you've clicked submit and you get your first 30 days as a newbie and you start your boards and you start looking at all this stuff, I want you to know that your last week, Autumn said something like your upline is your lifeline. And I think that that's something that's really important, because we really, truly are here for everything that you need. When we said that we were going to mentor you, when we say that we've got your back, we mean it. But I don't want that to be confused of we are the only source of information. Okay. So if you're new, I want you to get a little something to write down with, or hop out of here and go into your notes. And I want you to write down these few things that I'm going to give you as resources. Okay. So say like my girls know, like I can go MIA for like 2 hours. If it's dinner time, if I'm picking the kids up from school and things like that, like I'm not on my phone. Like that's where mom and wife come in. So I want you to know about It Works Product Coach. And you can type that right into Google search, itworksproductcoach.com. And that's a source. It has all of our products listed. And that's a really great source of information for like, does it contain gluten? Can pregnant women take it? Does it have shellfish? Like all these kind of questions that as you're talking to somebody and somebody asks you a question and you're like, who? I don't know. I don't know if somebody can take that. I don't know if that matters, that you have a thyroid disease. I don't know if with blood pressure medicine, I don't know. Right. And these are all things that somebody's going to ask you. Now, just as another source here, anytime anybody mentions anything about a something disease, a medication, I say, hold on one second. And I send that pretty little product information through, and I let them go ahead and I look at it and I make sure that they know that they should ask their doctor too. Okay. Somebody with whatever sort of condition that they have, they should know what kind of some things they can take or something that they can't. And if they don't know, then they can email their doctor. We live in a real technical world where they can send that off real quick. Okay. So It Works Product Coach is a place that you need to know. Itworks.com, sister friends. You find your product, you scroll down a little bit, you click on product information, this beautiful little picture comes up, you save that right to your phone, you save it to favorites, or you save it to another folder. So anytime that somebody's asking you for information, you send that out. Now, this is something I picked up in Destin, Florida, when I was down with a bunch of leaders, and something I don't usually do. So vets, if you get this tip and you don't do it, drop a 2 in the comment. They send product information every single time that they're talking to somebody. They also drop a before and after with every single product information that they're talking about. Don't do it. When I'm talking to somebody about Skinny Brew, I'm not sending a before and after with every single person that I'm talking about Skinny Brew. Like, huh? Like, so simple. And especially with boards now, it's like right there in our information. So now when I'm like sending them the little gist of info, like, how does that sound? I just follow it with a before and after. And if you have personal before and afters, that's great. If you're new and you don't have results yet, there's a plethora of before and afters during our team page. And you can also, there's a Telegram chat that I think is tagged in Ambassador Army. I'm pretty sure it is, of corporate before and afters. Now I'm going to mention Pinterest, but please don't go to the search engine in Pinterest and type in "it works," blah, 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 because you're going to find like old school blurry pictures and we don't want that. But if you type in "it works global" and find it as like a person on Pinterest and it has its own boards, there's a corporate approved. Thank you, Carly. I see. Thank you so much for Carly's dropping all of this in the chat. It works global as a person on Pinterest. There's a board called corporate approved before and afters, and they get updated on a regular basis. And that's also a place that you can find these of what we're talking about. Also, if you're pulling out your KPI or your 6 list, and it says drop a corporate before and after, this is where you can go ahead and you can grab them. So those are really simple places. Okay. So It Works product coach. We have itworks.com for the product information. We've talked about Pinterest. And then if you're still not finding what you need to know, then that's when you can go to your group chats, the Telegram chats, your Facebook chats. Maybe you're in a smaller chat. Like we kind of break it down by chart on my team. And so you're kind of in a chat with like your chart. That's when you go to those places. Now, if you go to your smaller chats first and you're not getting your answer, then go to your big chats and ask there. Okay. I want my distributors, when they come in, I want them to be as independent and I want them to be as confident as they can, as quickly as possible. So I'm there to hold your hand, sister friend. I'm not lying to you when I say I got you back, but I want you to be independent. And I want you to be confident as soon as possible. That's a really amazing thing for an enroller and a leader. And then you're going to have leaders blossom off and do their own thing and create their own stuff. And that's really beautiful too. Because when someone starts to lead confidently, that's when teams really blow up. And that's when you have legs that are self-sufficient and like do their own thing in the fact of like maintain their own charts. And that's what this is about. Okay. Because we're here all together. We're here to support each other, but this is all our own individual businesses. And the sooner that we become independent and confident, the sooner that becomes duplication and you have a very self-sufficient team. And that's what we're after, right? Drop 3 in the comment if you feel that. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about harmony. I'm going to talk about goal setting tonight. And let me interrupt myself. I want you guys to be super real with me. Okay. Like, I know we like to make it look like we have our shit all together. Okay, cool. But like drop something that you're struggling with in the chat. If you've been here a long time, if you've been here a day, drop something in the chat that you're struggling with. Okay. Because it's important for me to kind of pick up like what I feel like I can discuss, but I never want us to leave and be like, gosh, she doesn't ever talk about like what I'm going through. Okay. But I don't know unless like you're putting it out there. So drop it in the chat and then like, we're going to work through that too. Okay. Now let's talk about goal setting. So we talked a lot recently about like our whys and that our whys need to be super detailed and we need to like figure out how and what we're not how. We need to figure out what we're doing this for, and that being the real motivator. And I'm reading this book here. It's a little dry. I won't lie to you. It doesn't like get me going. You know what I mean? I really have to like sit down and concentrate on it. And that's because it's not broken down by chapters. And maybe that's just like my OCD, but it's tough for me not to, but I'm not selling you on this book. Anyways, I got stuff from this book, but this is where I'm pulling it from. And she talks about visualizing your dreams, right? Now, if you've had babies, I remember like the first whatever that class is called when they teach you like how to do your thing, like in labor. I remember them saying about like visualizing, right? Like go to that place, know exactly what it looks like, know exactly the smells that come with it, hear the noises that you're going to hear, like visualize it to the deepest detail. Okay. Your goals should keep you sane. Like if you're living in a place right now that you don't want to be living at and you want a bigger house or you want a better car or you want to travel or you want to do these things, that should be everywhere that you look. That should be on your bathroom mirror. That should be by your light switches. That should be like on your visor in your car. Your goals should keep you sane. Your goals should allow you to leave where you are right now and put you into that place of where you're going, right? And when you look at that post-it note that says, I'm going presidential in March, or you look at your post-it that says your 2021 Toyota, blah, 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 whatever. Like, I want you to know what that car smells like. I want you to know what the steering wheel feels like in your hands. I want you to know what it feels like to push the gas and like accelerate down the highway. I want you to be so freaking detailed about your goals. And we're good at writing that, but I want you to take some time and I want you to visualize it. I want you to visualize what that vacation is going to be like. I want you to visualize what the decor in your house is going to be like. It may sound a little voodoo-y, okay? If you're new and you're like, what is she talking about? It's okay. We all felt like that. Now we're all bought in. Like, it's okay. But you need to visualize your goals to the point where, like, you know, all the senses that are heightened by it. You should know exactly what it's going to be like. And there's this part of like when I went triple that it all felt so natural to me. And I like always thought that was so weird. I would tell Jim all the time, I'm like, I just feel like I've been here before. Like I'm living it. It's amazing. It's like surreal, but I've been here before. But that's because I was a triple before I was a triple. That was because I envisioned everything. I envisioned the income. I envisioned what my hair was going to look like. I was when I went through my blonde stage. Like I was on my eyebrows were getting waxed every week and a half. My nails were done every 2 weeks. Like I envisioned all of that before I got there. I knew that's what I was going to be doing. I knew that's where my money was going. I knew that's what our life was going to look like. I knew it. And so then I started living it, and you feel like you're on this natural high because you're like, oh my gosh, I've been here before. Like, this is who I am. Like, this is a version of myself that I've always wanted to be. Excuse me, that doesn't happen unless you're putting in the work before it happens. While we sit in our, wherever you're sitting or in your like 93 Toyota Corolla or wherever you're at, like it doesn't happen unless you visualize it and your goal is so stinking clear that you know exactly where you're going. And I can't wait for this promotion season to roll through and to talk to some of you guys after your promotions and be like, girl, I'm living it. I can feel it. Like I've been here before. Like I'm driving the car and I'm living in the house and I'm going out to dinner and I'm putting the money away, put the money away. I'm putting the money away and I'm creating the savings account and I'm paying off the debt. And this is what I knew it was going to feel like, because it's not crazy to envision and have all of this stuff down to a detail. Your goals should keep you sane. Yes, they should scare the bejesus out of us and make our buttholes pucker just a little bit, okay? But they should be so detailed and they should keep us sane. They should keep us sane. That was from last week's Zoom, the butthole puckering. So I'm glad that you guys like that. They should keep us sane. They should keep us going, because here's the thing. The how's going to be messy. Drop a 4 in the comments if you can say amen to that. Amen to that, sister. The how is going to be messy. The how doesn't look like a straight line. The how looks like a lot of uncomfortableness. The how looks like a lot of no's. The how looks like a lot of fear. The how looks like a lot of doubt. The how looks like a lot of insecurities rising to the top and making you deal with it. If you're dealing with that and you freaking hate it, you're on the right track, sis. Okay? You got to know that. You're on the right track if you're feeling that way. The how is messy. It doesn't motivate you. The how doesn't motivate you. When I get blocked, doesn't motivate me. When I get told X, Y, and Z, doesn't motivate me. When I get told no, it doesn't motivate me. It doesn't. Maybe it motivates you. It doesn't to me. My why motivates me. The smell of where I'm going to be motivates me. The sense, like my senses kicking in. That food that is in my belly as I travel around Italy and don't have to check my bank account as I say yes to all the gelato and the pizza and the pasta and all the things. That's what motivates me. Seeing $67,000, $67,643 motivates me because that's my debt. That's my total debt. That motivates me. Getting told no doesn't motivate me. $67,000 worth of debt motivates me. That gets my sweet little behind to sit down and send 50 messages. Sure does. Because you're on a vehicle, like you're actually, because you're here and you said yes, you're in a vehicle that will actually make that possible. You're in a vehicle that you can create $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 extra income, and you can put $1,000 a month on debt and not have to wait and not wait for 50-cent raises and not have to kill yourself at this job or slave away at this or go get another degree or, all this kind of stuff. Like you've already stepped outside the box of what that is. You're already in the vehicle to take you where you want to go. You just have to decide whether you're willing to figure out the how, as messy as it's going to be, and get to your why. So visualize and know your goal and make it in such detail that, like, if someone tries to come in, like your husband tries to come in and say, like, I don't know, you're going to Disney and, you're riding this ride first. You're gonna be like, no, we're not. We're going to get our Minnie Mouse ears first. And then we're going to get a drink in all the different countries. And then we're going on a roller coaster ride because you have it so detailed on what and where you're going. Okay. So something that I read today. Oh, this was really good too. Don't be surprised when others achieve the goals that you're manifesting. Right? It's hard to think that that someone else's win doesn't come on account of your loss. Drop a 5 in the comment if that, like, right? It's hard. It's hard not to have ugly feelings come up when someone's getting what you want. But that's going to happen. Because you're putting so much out there, right? You're manifesting so much. You're wanting it so much. You're doing all these things. And around you, it's like almost when we make the decision of saying yes and we like feel so good and you like, can't touch me now. And the world's like, watch me. And they kick our legs out from underneath you. And how often then do we say like, oh, maybe it's just not meant to be, right? Like maybe that's a sign it's just not meant to be. Nothing easy is worth having. Nothing having is easy, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. And Autumn said today on Vision Casting, like, easy don't pay good. You want easy? You ain't going to make a whole lot of money, sister friend, because that's what everybody's doing. You want something that pays you astronomically, like makes people like, what? It's going to be hard. It's going to be real hard. But you know what? It's okay. What do we have to lose, right? Our time is passing anyways. And you've already done the hardest part of saying yes to the opportunity, right? You're already here. So do the things that it takes to get to where you want to go and know that you're not alone and know that it's not going to be easy, right? Okay. So here's the thing. When something happens, when you get jealous, when you get angry, when you get anxious, when you get blah, 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 acknowledge the feeling. Oh my gosh, my dogs won't leave me alone. Why are you so obsessed with me? If you have, okay, acknowledge your feelings and then create a manifestation. So if you are angry because Susie got a customer today and you didn't, acknowledge that feeling and then manifest that. Manifest. I have so many people in my inbox right now. I can't keep up. Who can I help today? Who can I introduce my products to? Who do I know that loves coffee that I can help them switch their coffee and it's going to change their life like it's changed mine? Who can I serve today? Acknowledge the feeling and create a manifestation. We did that today on Vision Casting. We acknowledged our fear and then we put affirmations of courage. It was awesome. And you totally beat it. And We all know this as mothers, right? Like we say to our children, it takes more energy to be negative than it does to be kind. So I don't know about y'all, but like I don't have a whole lot of time in the day, right? Like I'm trying to make all this work. I don't have extra time to put in negativity. I don't have extra time to have ugly feelings. I don't have time for it. I really, really don't have time for it. Either do you. So replace the fear and doubt with the manifestation and a positive thought and keep it moving, sister friend, because we've got stuff to do. Okay. Be bold and be loud, right? So, I mean, when we say this out loud, like maybe you're like, I want to go diamond. No, you need to tell everybody that you're going diamond. And that's scary because you might fail. And that's real life. You might fail. I've been trying to go presidential for over a year now. I have failed. I have fallen on my face and I have failed. I have said, we're going. And I failed. But you know why? I'm still here. I'm still setting and showing some sort of example of like, hey, I'm still here. I might fall on my face 7,000 times, but I'll get up 7,001 times. And that's what I can guarantee. You have to be loud. You cannot expect things to start working, right? And the manifestations to start really moving and grooving if you haven't asked. Have you asked for what you wanted? Have you asked for the promotion? Have you asked for the customers? Have you asked for the distributors? Have you asked? Or is it just all in your head and you're just hoping that, like you'll figure it out. Hello, ladies. Sorry if there's husbands in the room. But like I say this to my husband all the time, like, I'm not a mind reader. If you do not communicate with me, I do not know what you mean. Okay? Maybe women, we can say that too, because I know should be very interpretable. It's not. He's not a mind reader. I can't expect him to understand what I'm saying with a heavy sigh. So have you asked for it? Are you being loud about it? And I'm not necessarily saying like go on and you're a ruby right now and you're saying that you're going diamond in 7 days. I'm not necessarily saying that, but I'm saying to your team, make sure your team knows where you're going. For the people that you're enrolling as distributors, make sure they know where you're going and that they're part of it. To your customers and to, the people around you, your family, your people in your home. And listen here, sis, they don't have to understand and they don't have to believe. Okay. My husband didn't believe for a long time. My husband didn't believe for a long time what we were doing here, what I was doing here, my purpose here, that this was real life for me, that I was actually determined to make this into something that it is today. He did not believe. They do not have to understand. They do not have to believe, but they will know. They will absolutely know that you know where you're going, and you need to be loud about it. You need to be loud about it because we cannot expect things to start working. Like I'm open about my faith. And so when I put something out there, I can't expect God to start working if I haven't asked. I can't expect his beautiful divine intervention to start coming in if I haven't asked, or if I haven't put out there that this is what I want, or if I don't pray for the people that need this business and need these products to come into my life. That doesn't start happening until I open my mouth. You've got to start asking and being loud about it. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is how I'm going to tie this up, and then we can address the questions in there. So all of this, right? Everything that we're talking about, I want to incorporate a Sabbath. If you're new, you may be thinking like, what are they talking about? If you're in the business for a long time and you haven't taken Sabbaths, I really encourage you to do so. Sabbath is unplugged time. And Carly and I were talking about this today, and I'm glad that we were, because that can look different for everybody. You may notice on Saturdays or Sundays, some of your leaders saying like, hey, I'm unplugging for 24 hours. For you, and you're going for a promotion, your Sabbath might be 2 or 3 hours. It might look different for everybody, okay? But unplugging, and this is why I covered why we want you guys to be self-sufficient and know where to go and to get your own answers and to be self-sufficient, because there is time that your enroller and your leaders are going to unplug, and the reason for that is so important. Okay, we've still got to be people. We are bosses, right? We are the people that are in this business. We eat, live, and breathe it. And we really do incorporate this into every part of our life. Yes. But our Sabbaths are so important and they're completely unplugged. So I'm talking to my new girls, incorporate a Sabbath. If it's just a couple hours in the evening, incorporate it. If it's a Saturday or Sunday, incorporate it. Okay. But listen here, you need to really do it. That means don't check the chats. Don't be in your chats on your Sabbath. Okay. Don't be scrolling and kind of doing business work on your Sabbath, because then you feel like you don't have one. And after a while, I'll tell you 5 years in, because I didn't incorporate Sabbaths until like recently. And there's been times in my business that I resent it because I don't ever feel like I can clock out, right? I feel like I always have to constantly be answering messages, or if someone says they're ready to order, or if somebody says they're ready to sign up, or if, somebody's commenting. You've got to create your own harmony. I won't ever use the word balance, okay? Because very rare, if ever, in 5 years of doing this business, have I ever given the same amount of time to my house, to my husband, to my kids, to my business, to myself. So I don't use the word balance. That's not what I'm after, okay? But I'm after harmony. I'm after it all working together so that I still feel okay, so that I still feel like I'm a human being and a business owner and a mom and a wife and a sister and a friend and all these things, right? So incorporate your Sabbaths. Here's the thing, too. When you are doing all this manifestation work that we're talking about, and when you're doing all this visualization of your goals, and you're doing all of this work on yourself, take your Sabbath to let it sink in. Take your Sabbath to go test drive the car you want. Take your Sabbath to look on Zillow for the house you want. Wherever people do their Disney planning, go to there and look at your stuff, right? Go look at your cabin in the woods. Go look at the vacation. Go look at whatever your goals are. Take some time on your Sabbath and let that sink in, right? It's important. It's very important. And I want all of you, how many do we have on tonight? I want all 38. Christy Diazu said this to me, and it rocked my world. It was like the first time anybody had ever given me permission. She said, Kate, I want you here in 8 years. I want you here in 9 years. So don't burn it at both ends. Take your Sabbath. Take your time to be who you are. I want all 38 of you here in 5 years, in 6 years, in 7 years. I want all of you here. And that happens when we are able to make the differentiation between go, 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 and time for rest. And instead of telling yourself, I'm lazy, or I'm not motivated, or I'm not going after it, ask yourself, why does my body need the rest that it does? Why do I feel this way? Why do I need a mental break right now? What's going on? Your body is talking to you, okay? It is okay to listen to it. I know as women, we don't really feel that way very often because we're pulled in a lot of different directions. Welcome to being into a place where that is now a priority for you. That is a priority of this. And the better you take care of that, the more everything works in this business, and you become the person that you want to be, and you also make an income. And that's a really beautiful thing. Okay, I'm going to check. Oh, 8:30 exactly. Look at me. All right, I want to go up to some of the conversations. Now, some of this stuff will cover in new distributor training and Monday KPI and the Wednesday evening Zooms, finding working distributors, helping my new TD. Okay. All right. So let's see, finding working distributors. So all of this stuff that we're talking about, I was just talking to a girl before I got on there. Guys, the tasks are there. Okay. If your girls are doing the things that you're putting them to do, right? Sending their messages, getting their post up, interacting, adding their friends. If they're doing all of the tasks, the only thing that's missing is here. That's it. And so that's where self-development comes in. That's where believing in them and telling them that they can do this and just reminding them. Have you said that to your new distributors yet? Have you just sent them a message and said, hey, I just want you to know that I really believe in you. And I know that you're worthy of this. And I know that you're capable of this. And I'm super proud of you for showing up for all the things that you're doing. You're doing an amazing job. You know, the fire that lights underneath somebody's ass, because do you know how often we aren't told that somebody's proud of us, or that somebody believes in us, or that we actually do matter outside of a role of blah, 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 right? So I really believe that when it comes down to, if they're doing the things, if they're really doing the things of um, signing customers, or I'm sorry, like messaging for customers and messaging for distributors and doing things like that, I really believe it comes down to like a belief, and that comes from self-development, and that may need to come from you as an enroller that has caught the vision a little bit more. I apologize that my video is not up, but caught the video, or caught the vision a little bit more, and it may just need to take some words of encouragement. Okay. Balancing motivation. If you're slacking, or, struggling with motivation and being encouraged, and what else do we see? Trying to the balance of life. Okay. We kind of covered that. Balancing the motivation. You know what? A work day of yours, or an hour or two of your work day, may not be pounding out messages. It may be journaling. It may be listening to somebody that really motivates you. It may be having a conversation with somebody that knows exactly where you're going and that you just need some love from them. That may be your work day. And I'm going to give you permission for that still to count as work. Sometimes we're so caught up and going so fast that we don't realize that the work that really matters and that really carries on carries on longer than the woohoo, so and so joined your team, yes, or like woohoo, so and so just joined as a loyal customer, yes. Like, I know that's what we all live for, right? But some of the things that are going to last longer than that, and some of the things that are going to keep you moving and grooving longer than that, may not look like work. Okay. It may look like unplugged time and having a real conversation with your spouse and really start talking about how serious you are about this business. It may look like picking up your favorite book that you know motivates you every single time, and skipping to the chapter that pumps you the F up and reading it out loud. It may look like writing all new index cards around your house and putting up all your new goals. It may look differently than getting 1,700 host posts up, because we have to remember why we're doing this. We didn't start this to be robots and just message messages and do all the things. We did this to change our MFing lives. That's why we did it. That's why we said yes. And remember that girl that hit submit in her first week wasn't killing herself because she wasn't getting 100 messages out a day, or 17 host to post up a day, or enrolling 18 customers a day. You weren't that girl when you first started, and that's okay, right? Get back to if you're doing all the things, and it's not coming together, you need to love on yourself a little bit. Okay. And that's okay. You have permission to do that. Okay. I kept you here 5 minutes longer. Let me make sure I hit all the things. I love that, Carly. Ain't no way time got tired of negativity. Okay. Creating content, getting new clients. You know what? I'm going to give you a little advice that I got the other day, because I just said the same thing. And you need to get into different people's networks. Okay. So put your giveaway posts up, right? You have 7 people comment on that. Give them a giveaway post. Okay. 3 to 4 people comment on all 7 of their posts. Okay. Give them a giveaway post. And now you're 3 layers deep into a network, and then you can start product posting again. That was advice that I got the other day, because I felt very similar to that. I'm like, I just feel like I'm struggling on who to speak to. And I'm 5 years in, guys, 5 years in, and I still feel like that. So peel back the onion layers of your networks, creating content. Are you following people that really inspire you? Do you have a few people that you can go to their page because they're just bomb? That not in the business, just anywhere. Ed Milet I go to. There's people, this is awful. I don't even like know their names. I just follow them on like Instagram or something like that. There's people that I go to get actual inspiration on content outside of it works. Like, and that can be on TikTok. That can be like, there's a girl I found on TikTok that I follow. There's a girl I went to high school with that is in Monet, but she's bomb. Like, I go to their pages for content. So if you're struggling with content, start looking in areas to grab content from people outside the business. It doesn't have to be at works. You can find influencers anywhere. So put some time into I listen, I want you guys to write down your top 5 struggles and then start pulling them apart and give yourself some things to figure out. If content is something that you're struggling with, okay, then listen to some content. Like, listen, go to YouTube and Google. Like, everything is accessible. Everything is accessible. Type in how to create new content, best content creators on TikTok, best content creators on blah, blah, blah. Write down a couple bullet points on how you can pull apart some of your struggles. Fear looks really nasty. It's not. Oh my gosh, I like literally got so much from vision casting today. Fear is absolutely part of it. And you know what? In my letter to fear today, I asked if we could just get to know each other a little bit more. I asked if I could just get to know fear a little bit. Maybe he's not as much as an MFer as I put him out there to be. Maybe he has more of a purpose here than I thought. Maybe it's not to hurt me. Maybe I don't have to protect myself from the fear. Maybe he can show me a little something, something, you know? Maybe there's a lesson there to be learned. So write down your struggles and start figuring it out. It's not just going to happen. I think that's something else too. I think so often we feel so bad or so good or so whatever about something, and then we just kind of expect it to figure its own self out. That's not the way it works. Lucky for us, we're in a business where we get paid to figure it out. And then we teach that to other people. And not only do you create duplicatable systems and awesome bomb ass leaders, but you also change people's lives in the process, because a lot of us didn't grow up with somebody teaching us great coping skills. I didn't. That wasn't something taught to me, right? It's fight or flight, baby. You're scared, fight or leave. But that's not what we get paid to do here. So embrace it a little bit. And it's okay to feel uncomfortable in it. All right. I love you guys. I kept you 9 minutes. I'm sorry about that. I just want to make sure that we cover all the stuff. I love Pinterest. Love it. Love it. Awesome. Okay, cool. So we have, let's see, tomorrow evening we have a Zoom, and then Thursday we have new DT and opportunity. So invite people to opportunity Zooms. Christy DeJesus is on, I forget who is a guest speaker with her. I'll find out. I'll post it in the group pages. But thanks so much for being here, guys. I hope you implement some of these things. I hope you got something from it. And we're really, really glad that you're here. And for our vets here, like, keep on moving and grooving, sister friends. Like, you're on the right path. You guys are doing it. And we're all seeing it. So love you guys. Have a great night. Talk to you soon.